Hi, my nearest and dearest, my lovies. Thank you so much for your love and concern over the last few days. I truly appreciate it. We are doing fine, and it appears as if the violence and looting of the last few days are dying down, and things are becoming calmer, with only a few sporadic incidents over the last few nights. The president has now deployed 25,000 members of the South African Defence Force, and things like field trucks, etc., are now arriving in the worst affected areas under armed escort or guard. Like I said before, I'm far from where these things are taking place, but of course, one experiences stress and worry as one does not live in a vacuum, and people I have known and worked with for many years have been severely impacted. But enough of this, let's move on to today's video. Firstly, I promised you that we'll chat a little more about the Montecito property. But before I share a little more on what we now have, I've seen a lot of things on other platforms, and I was even sent a couple of links and so on and so on. And I am not knocking anyone, but as you should know by now, I only believe what I can see for myself, or indeed things passed on to me by people that I truly trust. So at this point, I want to thank two of my subscribers in particular who went digging for me and worked very hard to get some more detailed information together for me for legal reasons. And I've changed my policy a little for legal reasons. I don't mention other people's names on my channel anymore, but I hope that J and D are listening today, because they indeed worked very hard and they helped me a lot. And even though I only mention their initials, I'm sure they will know who they are. Thank you, you guys. Anyway, after everything that we, and in particular they, checked out, I'm at a point where I think I still believe that Harry and Meghan do not own the property, and that they are likely renting or residing there. Well, I'm saying residing there at the moment, or on and off, or whatever the case may be. I think there is a distinct possibility that the previous owner could most likely still own the property, but that it was transferred to another shell company as a tax grab, and that is the reason why there are so many layers put in place to shield the identity of the true ownership. It is my belief that real residential estate trust is held by a company and not by an individual or individuals. And I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes just to illustrate the layers that I'm actually talking about, how these people go about hiding their identity behind certain acquisitions. Now, in the United States, trusts are frequently used by high net worth individuals to prevent their names from being associated with real estate transactions and becoming a matter of public record. So, no matter how hard we search, we will be left to speculate who the real individuals behind Real Residential Estate Trust, or RRET, are. A trust generally involves three persons: a grantor, the person who creates the trust; the trustee, the person who administers the trust; and then thirdly, a beneficiary or beneficiaries. As Freemark Financial's address is given for the trust, it is likely that they are either the trustees or the grantors. In other words, they set up the trust for their client. However, we can search until we are blue in the face, but unless a chatty real estate agent or title transfer agent pulls the truth, we will never know whether the beneficiaries of real residential estate trust are the Harkles or someone else. Now, LLCs can be used in a similar fashion, with the only difference that the human element is more transparent. Anyway, now let's talk about Blackbridge LLC, who was the registered previous owner. Blackbridge LLC is now registered in California, and this comes from the California Secretary of State Business Registration, and it is listed as 11766 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 500, Los Angeles, as its address. But, my dears, that address is also used for more than 25 other companies. Now, before you all start going, whoa, and we throw our toys out of the cot, it is actually regular practice to list a business management firm as the address on the registration of an LLC. Blackbridge's address is the California address for the Colony Group, which provides business management, tax and financial planning, and wealth management services. Now, Blackbridge itself was registered in July 2019 and is described as providing entertainment products and services. But now it lists its principal as Evergreen Capital Management LLC, based in Washington. Are you starting to get what I mean by layers and layers and layers of hiding identity of the humans behind these entities? I guess you are. Okay, let's carry on. Evergreen SEC is listed as an investment advisor and includes services such as wealth and investment services for high net worth clients. Clients like Sir J. Grisham, the previous owner, and I'm saying this in inverted commas, of Harry and Meghan's Montecito home. Because, my dears, he could be. Or it could be somebody completely different. Any one of those 25 or more clients of any one of these companies, be it Evergreen or Freemark. Never mind. Okay, now with regards to links that I've received to documents on Tumblr and Quora, showing that Alma D. Buenos is the trustee of Real Residential Estate Trust. Let's talk about that. Now, after searching high and low, I can tell you that these documents or copies of documents are either fake or fraudulent, or if they are true copies, then an illegal act has been performed, as anyone involved in setting up or administering a trust cannot openly discuss or disclose details and will risk legal action for breach of trust. Now, as Alma Buenos is indeed the national head of trust and estate services with City National Bank, confirming that RRET is under their trust administration would be a very serious disclosure of information and would be a huge risk for her, and something I doubt someone like her would do. Now, we've checked up on her last week, and she is indeed still working for what's it called, City National Bank, as head of trust and estate services. And I can guarantee you, if those documents had leaked via her, she would not be working there anymore, and she would have huge legal problems at the moment. Anyway, now let's move back to the property, Sir J. Grisham and the Harkles. Sir J bought the mansion in 2009 for 25.3 million, and it was one of two properties that he bought in Montecito. He previously tried to sell it but was unsuccessful. However, he then moved from Montecito to LA in 2019 during his very messy divorce, and the property was then relisted for sale. Now, these are just guesses, okay? But it may be a good guess or assumption that due to the divorce, he transferred ownership of the property to Blackbridge LLC, as Blackbridge LLC was indeed registered in 2019, right around the time he was going through this messy divorce. Now, please understand, it could be very plausible that the Harkles, with their desire for privacy, could have bought the mansion from him through Real Residential Estate Trust. However, nothing that we found could really convince me that the Harkles are indeed behind RRET, or Real Residential Estate Trust. And there is no way I can find out whether I am right or wrong. Not even my best researchers, spies, trusted sources could. So whatever we say or see about this property henceforth will be pure speculation and conjecture. Like I said, I feel and believe that they are not the owners and not the humans behind RRET. But as I've just proved to you, I could be very wrong. Okay, this was a mouthful. And thank you again to J and D for all your hard work. Okay, guys, I still have a lot of rather complicated things to tell you, but this was already a lot to absorb. So I'm going to end this video with just some gossip, okay? We all know that old Omid Scobie was trying to cancel our dear Yankee Wally. But I heard today from a rather trusted source and somebody who sort of knows Mr. Scabies. Anyway, I heard that Mr. Scabies himself likes to create fake accounts on social media so that he can comment on Twitter posts and express newspaper articles, obviously under pseudonyms, and that is why he creates these fake accounts. Not that they stay up long, he creates them and then comments on a Twitter post or on an Express article, blah, 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 using this fake identity, and then he deletes them again, and tomorrow or the day after, he just creates new ones. You see? Anyway, I'm told that Omid and Megan are in contact almost daily. Early UK time, late California time, and then after they had spoken, he chooses his daily one or two fake identities and then trolls, Express articles, Twitter posts, etc. Okay. A 40-year-old man acting like a teenager. Wonderful. Let's give him a clap. He's achieved so much. Anyway, I thought I would talk to you about Megan's Netflix cartoon in this video as well, but I'll leave it for the next video, which I'll start straight after this one. So it should be up this weekend still. Now, guys and girls, myself and a couple of my dear subscribers are really on a roll, and there is so much being unearthed, you will not believe it. So get your popcorn, folks. This is going to be a heck of a ride. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. Take care, my friends. See you soon. Bye.